I hope you're all ready for another trip into the unknown, the unspeakable, the truly terrifying. Tonight we delve into a story that is both real and deeply upsetting, one that might keep you awake just a little longer than you'd like. So let's take a moment to compose ourselves before we begin, shall we? Viewer discretion is advised. That's right. Today we're going to unravel the chilling tale of the Florida devil worshipping. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hit that notification bell. That way you'll never miss an opportunity to join me on these terrifying journeys. Now, let's begin. Our story begins in the tranquil town of Brooksville, Florida, back in the late 80s. Brooksville, much like any other quiet American town, held secrets that no one could ever have imagined. The residents of Brooksville went about their lives, oblivious to the darkness that was about to unfold. In the heart of their community lived a seemingly ordinary man named Richard Casso. Casso was not your regular neighbor. He was a devoted follower of the devil himself. Now, this wasn't the stereotypical red-skinned, horned figure we're familiar with. Casso believed in a dark entity, a force of evil and chaos, and he was utterly devoted to it. He was a central figure in a local devil-worshipping cult, and his influence was alarmingly potent. While the cult had existed in secrecy for years, the horrifying extent of their activities came to light one fateful day in July 1984. On the outskirts of Brooksville, there was a secluded, rundown building hidden by a thick copse of trees. This was the gathering place for the Casso and his followers, the heart of their sinister activities, their church, if you will. Their rituals were grotesque, horrifying. Blood was spilled, animals were sacrificed, and bizarre ceremonies were held under the cloak of darkness, all in the name of their dark deity, all in the pursuit of power, influence, or simply a taste of the forbidden. But what truly shocked the community, what exposed this terrifying underbelly, was an event that would forever change the lives of the people of Brooksville. On July 1st, 1984, the body of a young man, Gary Lawers, was discovered in a shallow grave not far from the cult's meeting place. Lawers was a local known by many in Brooksville. His murder sent shock waves through the community. Upon further investigation, it was revealed that Lawers had been involved with Casso's cult. He was a friend of Casso, maybe even an ally at some point. But things turned sour, setting the stage for a truly gruesome event. The details that emerged during the investigation were shocking, to say the least. Lawers had been a part of one of the cult's rituals, a ritual that had ended in his violent death. The coroner's report was brutal. Lawers had just been murdered. He'd been sacrificed. But why? Why had this young man become the center of such a horrific act? The answer, my lovelies, takes us deeper into the world of this devil-worshipping cult and the distorted beliefs that fueled their actions. Before we continue, please, let's take a moment to let all this sink in. We're dealing with a real event, a terrible loss of life. It's important we approach this with the respect it deserves. Please take a moment and I'll be here when you're ready. As we delve further into the motives behind the gruesome murder, we discover a chilling theory. It is believed that Lauers had allegedly stolen drugs from Casso, a move that Casso interpreted as not just a personal slight, but a grave offense against their dark entity. The theft was seen as a violation of their twisted creed, and Casso decided on a punishment that fit his deluded interpretation of justice: a human sacrifice. Lauers was lured to the cult's meeting place, and the rest, as they say, is history. The revelation of this crime and the terrifying motivations behind it shook Brooksville to its core. The town was thrust into the national spotlight, a symbol of the dark forces that can hide in even the most peaceful corners of our world. Casso and several other members of the cult were arrested, charged, and eventually convicted for their part in this horrific act. But the scars left on the community were deep, and the memory of this chilling event still haunts Brooksville. As we leave the shadowed streets of Brooksville and the chilling tale of the Florida devil worshipping, we're reminded of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of our everyday lives. It's a reminder, my lovelies, that true horror is not always found in the pages of a book or a movie screen. Sometimes it's right next door. Thank you for joining me on this journey tonight. If you found this tale interesting or perhaps a bit too terrifying, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, my friends, stay safe, stay vigilant, and stay eerie.